Lock me in the crossface and hold me tight. Welcome back to Fogger Wrestling. Doesn't matter if you're good or shite. If someone mentions Chris Benoit here on this channel, we're going to address it and we're going to make a fid on it. Velveteen Dream, yes, that guy, the forgotten guy, released in 2021. Spoke about Chris Benoit earlier on today in an Instagram post. We're going to dive into his quotes. But Chris Benoit, is he the worst of the lot when it comes to pro wrestling? Is anyone worse than Chris Benoit? You know what? I don't even think there's a possibility Benoit didn't do it, right? And also there's a possibility, and a real possibility, that he was not the same guy when he did do it. So I think Chris Benoit, I think the hate for Benoit kind of does need to be wrapped on the head.
Well, the likelihood is he did do it, so.
Yeah, but even if he did do it, right, which I think he did do it, he was gone. He was mentally done. If he had the brain of an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient, then do you not think Benoit honestly gets
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. No one's going to sit here and say it's not a heinous act, but at the end of the day, how much did the Benoit, the real Benoit, how much was still left in there, you know?
For example,
It's not like Benoit was healthy and, just decided he woke up one day and it's like, I'm evil and I want to kill my wife and son. It would appear that there was obviously a lot more to it than that, so I mean, I can sympathise a little bit, but he's always going to be known as the guy that killed his family, and for that reason, doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, I'm not in question Hall of Fame, but everyone, when you talk about like the worst people in wrestling, Benoit always gets brought up, and Velveteen Dream is sick of getting compared to Chris Benoit. So what we're going to do is dive in to his post on Instagram, and I quote, "Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support you guys have shown me over the last 24 hours. I mean, it's been a whirlwind on social media, but I'm used to that at this point in my life. Just want to say thank you because I see the hashtag I want the dream and we want the dream. And I appreciate that because I want my job back. I have no shame in saying that. I didn't lose my job because I sucked, unlike some people. I lost my job because there's this thing called the IWC and they like to report on fake news because wrestling is fake. It makes sense to me that people who watch something fake, who love fake chaos, will continue to pour into it. But I just want you to know that it's really, really affected me. And since I've been affected, I only feel that it's right that I affect you back. It's called a cause and effect because if Patrick Clark can't have pro wrestling, I don't think anybody should." End of quote. So, unless you've been living under a rock, and I guess it could be a 4-year-old rock, who knows? Velveteen Dream got released for WWE for texting an underage boy. But the way he's worded it here is that it's all fake. It didn't happen. And it's just the IWC piled on him.
Well, WWE reportedly investigated it and they didn't find anything wrong. They didn't find any wrongdoing. Then you'd have to wonder why the hell did they fire him. But look, we've seen WWE do this before. Enzo Amore,
Yep.
completely innocent. They just fired him, cut ties. Odyssey Jones, don't know what was happening with him, but didn't really get a fair trial, did he?
No.
Remember, he got called up to Raw, and then apparently it was, I don't know, allegations he beat up his wife, and before you know it, he's released. So it would appear that WWE, I mean, different back in the day, obviously, but nowadays it's not just WWE, it's pretty much the world in general. You're guilty until proven innocent. And
even getting found innocent, the damage is done.
yeah, even if you get, I mean, yeah, you're still going to be labelled a certain thing, or that's still going to follow you around. Even, I mean, you can get proved innocent, but not everybody knows you get proved innocent. You're still going to be labelled as the. And then you have a lot of retards that are like, oh, you must always believe her. Some people think you must believe that a woman, if she accuses somebody of doing something based on the fact she's a woman, which is just retarded.
But see what you just said there? That will just breed liars. Because there's no repercussions. Because you have to believe them all.
Yeah.
So see the people that actually genuinely tell the truth, they are getting diminished by liars in that case.
Turned out what was that, Ali Carter, whatever her name was, the guy that was in TNA.
Aye.
She lied about him beating her up, and that got him sacked. So just a couple of days after he won the NXT tag team
that's
titles.
the problem with Velveteen Dream, right? Before we made this video, we were discussing it off air. Like, we didn't even know. Like, we kind of knew what happened, but we thought he'd actually done it. But now, after finding out, looking into it a bit, there was an investigation by the WWE, and they found he was not guilty. But it just shows you, once something like that, we in our mind, we thought he was guilty. And how many people worldwide think that? Because they're not going on Wikipedia, and they're not going on news articles, so his reputation's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to assume if WWE release you, then it's easy to assume. Well, here there must be something in it because you wouldn't get fired if there wasn't. But I mean, that's just the world we live in now. You do, and I think it's wrong. I mean, if you get found guilty, like by all means, maybe you should get released. But I mean, there's just too many people that have had their careers cut short over allegations. Simply, you can just have a vendetta against somebody. I mean, it could easily fucking happen, like in the world of professional wrestling.
It's either happens to Velveteen. No, well, it's either happens to McMahon and Brock Lesnar. Of course, it's going to happen to Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, McMahon's actually disgusting. The fact he's lost everything
Yep.
over an arrangement that Janelle Grant was agreeing to. So I mean, that's
And we're going to get into Benoit in a minute, but let's talk about Benoit. Even right, say tomorrow, right? Benoit got cleared. It doesn't fix nothing really. I mean, people have believed for the last 18 years that he did it.
yeah, his name's still being
There is
tarnished.
no way, right? WWE are just going to do a 180 and stick him in the Hall of Fame and start posting Benoit matches left, right, and centre. Like the WrestleMania 20 end and all. Look, it's two friends. What, they're just going to start talking about him again? Of course they're not.
Honestly, I think that
Look at them with China. They like half mention her. Triple H is like, yeah, she'll get in the Hall of Fame. Why don't you? You're the guy fucking leading things.
I think if Benoit got found innocent, man, I think they would just sweep it under the carpet.
Yep.
I don't think they feel like it's worth them bringing it to the surface again. That would be my opinion.
But speaking of Benoit, what Velveteen Dream had to say, and I quote, they're going so far as to comparing me to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. They call me the most hated man in professional wrestling and look me in with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer. But don't push me, because if you push hard enough, I'll kill pro wrestling for you. Velveteen Dream, that third eye, it wasn't just a gimmick. Patrick Clark has seen a lot, and I know a lot about people you love, people you're still watching on TV today, so the choice is yours and you've already made it. I'm going to ruin pro wrestling for you. I'm going to make sure that I expose the business and hopefully none of us can have pro wrestling. End of quote. Kinds of sounds like he's in character at the end. I mean, I totally understand Velveteen Dream, right? Because you're right, seeing it comes to this whole like the Me Too movement. I know he wasn't accused by a woman; it was a boy or whatever, and he's been found not guilty by the investigation by WWE. But it's like they do get treated like Benoit, like worse than Benoit. Like look, see if you go on Twitter, right, and you type in like Vince McMahon or Brock Lesnar, you've got fucking blue-haired freaks calling for the death of those guys,
Yeah.
and over nothing. Like they've not been found guilty of anything. It's just simply due to an opinion that's been forced down their throat. And what doesn't fucking help, by the way, is when you've got guys like Triple H, Cody Rhodes, not defending them in press conferences, throwing them under the fucking bus. So obviously these dumb fucks that don't have two brain cells between them are going to look at their daddies, Cody Rhodes and Triple H, and just fucking, well, if they're saying it, then it must be true. It must be true about Fanny Mac. Oh, he gave me bad wrestling. He didn't make it about the flips. He made it about characters.
Nah, pretty much what you just said.
Pretty much what I just said. I fucking hate wrestling fans. I can't stand them, man. Honestly, fuck every single one of them. And the Velveteen Dream is innocent. Doesn't matter because he's been fucked.
Yeah, true. But like from what I'm, not that it makes it right, but I mean from what I'm seeing or from what I've read into, like I think the boy was like 17. Don't know what age he was when it happened. He might have been like 23. I mean, I'm not saying that's right, but I mean, you do get.
There's states where it's 16 in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know.
But you do get people that are actually like, and I'm sure maybe some parents don't like it, but you do get people that are in relationships with like big age gaps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, I mean, if he was like speaking to someone a lot younger than that, like, you'd be like, what a fucking nonce, but. I mean, then,
Yeah, it opens a whole can of worms. I mean, Paul Heyman's about to marry a 21, 22-year-old, so it's like, and he's like, what, 60 or something? So, yeah, it does do that, but I kind of agree with Velveteen Dream. It's like, this guy should not be getting compared to Chris Benoit, but it's not just him. You even our comment section, man, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, people that get accused, despite being found guilty or no proof or anything, they get death threats. And it's a joke, and like we said, if it can happen to McMahon and Lesnar, it's sure as hell going to happen to this guy. And it's a joke the guy that created professional wrestling, the reason why you're listening to this channel, the reason why you got into it, Vincent Kennedy, bloody McMahon, can get thrown under the bus. Velveteen Dream is going to be you know, the fucking mud flaps of the bus, put it that way.
Absolutely.
And that guy you mentioned in TNA, whatever happened there, whatever the fuck his name, was it Zachary Wentz?
Oh, that's the one.
Zachary Wentz, well, Zachary went walkies. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this video. What else is there really to say? There's not really much happening in wrestling, isn't there, though, these days?
No, I've been deed, so.
Like pro wrestling, buddy. Anyway, Chris Benoit's deed. And that's where we're going to leave it. Check it that time when on Chris Benoit. The first ever video we uploaded this channel was a fog pod dedicated to Benoit. What did they do? They deleted it.
Right. Apparently, the kid was 16 and he was 19.
And he just texted him.
Yeah, pretty much. There may have been like a picture of his body, like, but 16 is legal in a lot of states. Like, I mean, people are making it this is like a fucking grown man in his 40s, like, you know, talking to a 12-year-old or something. I mean, literally both teens.
The double standards are insane, though, when you compare, like, fucking Ric Flair and Jerry Lawler and all the shit they've done.
No, 100%.
I mean, Jerry Lawler's literally slept with fucking 13-year-olds.
Has he?
Yeah.
Fuck, oh, that's bad.
Yeah, literally, like, so, well, it was a newspaper clipping I seen. The King, Jerry the King Lawler, sleeps with a 14-year-old, or 13 or 14, I don't know. Either way, it's no right, and I think Velveteen Dream has been done dirty here, to be brutally honest, but what is there to say? It's just this world we live in.
Yep.
No good. Well, let's get this Jerry Lawler thing up here. I just want to definitely double check this. Let's see. So Jerry Lawler. Let's see. You want to start talking pish while I get this up?
Alright, well, we're going to see what Jerry King Lawler's been doing, and we're going to bury him, so.
We're going to. I thought it was ages ago. I mean, we're still going to bury him, like, but you said it like it was. Well, there you go. Newspaper. Jerry Lawler charged with rape, sodomy of a 13-year-old girl. But that never gets brought up.
I like that happened at a different time.
A different time, but I mean, it's but 1982 back then.
What would Jerry Lawler been?
Well, he wouldn't have been fucking 14. Put it that way. He wouldn't have been that age. Anyway, right.
Fucking wrong, that, isn't it?
I think actually it was in 19. It might have been 1993, but it's no good. You know that's. But nothing gets done about and we like Jerry the King Lawler. Fuck, he's one of the greatest commentators of all time.
Yeah, but we can openly sit here and admit the guy is a fucking creep.
Well, he's the biggest, and this fucking confirms it. You know what I mean? But then you've got guys like Velveteen Dream who didn't. Honestly, man, we're here all day debating it. But there's Chris Benoit with the big gold belt, so hopefully that's cheered you up on this Friday morning. Anyway, till next time.